Hello everyone. Today we are going to study the plate tectonics. The concept or the theory of the plate tectonics developed by the geoscientists during the 1960s. Okay, and now it is widely accepted that most complex geological riddles, past and present, are solved conveniently by the concept of this plate tectonics. Okay, so now we will see the actual concept of this plate tectonics. According to this concept, the upper rigid part of the earth from surface down to the depth of 150 to 200 km are broadly called as an lithosphere, and this lithosphere is divided into several slabs or the blocks. Okay, and then these are called as a lithospheric plates. As we know that the earth is made up of the three different layers. The uppermost part is called as a crust, middle one is called as a mantle, and the innermost is called as a core. Okay, so the uppermost part of the earth from the surface up to the depth of 150 to 200 kilometer is contains a different types of the rocks. Okay, and litho means stony, so this part contains a different types of the stone, so this part is called as a lithosphere. Okay, and this lithosphere is divided into a different the several slabs or the plates. Okay, and these plates are called as lithospheric plates. These lithospheric plates are supported by the hot plastic flexible part of the upper mantle zone, and this zone is called as an asthenosphere. So the asthenosphere is the zone on which these lithospheric plates are capable of moving or shifting with respect to each other. Okay, and this movement is determined with the help of the newest technological tool, which is called as a GPS. Okay, the GPS means the global positioning system have been used to determine the actual rate of the movement of these plates. Okay, so here they have given the different names to these plates. The 12 major or minor lithospheric plates have been observed. Okay, and the names of these plates are a Pacific plate, a North American plate, South American plate, then African plate, Antarctic plate, European plate, Arabian plate, Asia plate, then Caribbean plate, Philippine plate, Scotia plate, and the Australian plate. Okay, so these are the 12 major and minor lithospheric plates. Here is a figure which is showing the different types of the plates. Okay, these plates are supported by the are from below a hot flexible part of the upper mantle zone. Okay, and some of these plates contains the encompasses continents, and some of this encompasses oceans. Okay, and still others are large enough to made up of the both continental and the oceanic parts. Okay, so now we will see the movement of this plate. Movement of this plate. The cruise of this plate, tectonic theory, is in the type of the drift they undergo with respect to the adjoining plates along these plate boundaries. Okay, and these plate boundaries are of three types, which are the diverging boundary, converging boundary, and the transform boundary. We will see each one by one. Okay, first one is the divergent boundary. This is the places, divergent boundary is the places or the narrow zones where these two adjoining plates are in the process of pulling away from the each other. Okay, So here the two plates are pulling away from each other. Okay, and it is seen in the case of the North American plate and the Eurasian plate. Okay, here the North American plate is believed to be drifted away in the westward direction. Okay, with respect to the Eurasian plate, which is in the moving in the easterly direction. Okay, so it is the classic example of this diverging plate boundaries. Okay, the North American plate and the Eurasian plate, this is the best example of this diverging plate boundary. These two plates are pulling away from each other, and it is believed that this diversion movement started some 200 million years ago and resulted pouring out or the emerges out the huge volumes of the molten material from below that has all built up the mid-Atlantic ridge, which forms a major part of the sub-oceanic ridge encircling the globe from the Antarctic Ocean to the South Africa. This type of the process is sometimes called as a sea floor spreading. So in the figure you can see these are the two plates, and these two plates are are pulling away from each other, and here is this boundary is nothing but the divergent boundary. Okay, and through this divergent boundary the hot molten magma is emerges out or the pouring out. Okay, or it emerges out the huge volume of the molten material. Okay, and due to this the mid-Atlantic ridge, which forms the major part of this oceanic, here you can see the mid-Atlantic ridge. In the second part you can see mid-Atlantic ridge here is formed, okay, due to this divergent plate boundaries. Okay, so here the in the figure you can see the North American plate and the Eurasian plate. Okay, and it causes the mid-Atlantic ridge. Okay, here the second example is the Great Rift Valley in the Eastern Africa. Here it is also the example of this divergent boundary. Next type is the convergent boundary. The convergent boundary are the narrow zones where the two adjoining plates are closing on each other. Okay, so divergent boundary means two boundaries are pulling away from each other, and the converging boundary means the two boundaries are closing on each other. Okay, and the best example is the South African plate and the Nazca plate. Okay, this is the example of this convergent boundary. The other significant movement of this is lithospheric plate is of the convergent type. Okay, and these two plates are adjoining plates come close to each other from the opposite direction, and sometimes they are collide. Okay, and the three possibilities have been suggested. The two plates may be continental, the two plates may be oceanic, or one of them is oceanic and one of them is continental. So these three cases are considered. So here we will see the first case. Here in the first and the three cases are the continental, oceanic, second is the oceanic, and third is the continental and the continental. Okay, so now we will see the first case, which is the continental and the oceanic plate, yeah, a boundary. So first case, the convergent boundaries which contains one continental plate and the one is the oceanic plate. When an oceanic plate is pushed onto the continental plate, being heavier, harder and denser, the oceanic plate goes or subducts under this continental plate. Okay, when this oceanic plate is pushed onto the continental plate, then what will happen? The oceanic plates are goes or subducts under this continental plate. The Peruchile Trench developed of the Southern America coastal line is described as a typical example of this subduction. Okay, this is our first case. The continental and the oceanic plates are come close each other. That time, uh, 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 so this is the first case. The Peruchile Trench developed of the South American coastal line is as an best example of this subduction. Second is the convergent boundaries, which contains two plates are of oceanic type. When both of the converging plates are of oceanic type, that is, they are located at the ocean shore at the great depth, subduction remains the principal movement. Okay, and the result is again primarily development of the trenches, rather deeper and the deepest trenches. The boundary of the subducting plate may subduct for quite deep into this asthenosphere. The deep or the Challenger Deep, the deepest trench recorded, plunges almost 11,000 meters down into the earth interior, and it is located at the southern subduction end of the marine trench, which is caused by the convergence of this Pacific plate. This is our second second case, which is when the two oceanic plates are collide with each other. Next is the third case, on which the continental and the continental. The two plates are continental and they are come close to each other or collide. When these both the plates are made up of the continental rock, there is a subduction, no subduction. Here there is no subduction or the no collision, no, but the collision of almost is head on type. Okay, the subduction is absent over here. Okay, but the collision is of the almost head on type. Such a colliding often result in the buckling, fracturing, displacement at the different locations. Okay, fracturing means jointing, displacement means faulting. Okay, buckling means folding. It occurs. Okay, due to this, when the two continental plates are collides with each other. The origin and the evaluation of the Himalayas is considered as a best example supporting the collision of these two continental plates, the Indian plates and the Eurasian plates. And okay, when these two plates are collides with each other, and the Himalaya is originated over there. Okay, the Himalayas is standing as the tallest and youngest of the continental mountain ranges of the world. Okay, and it is cited as a most dramatic example of by the proponents of this plate tectonics. Okay, so this is the example of this example of these two continental plates supporting collision. Okay, then the third boundary is transform boundary. Okay, the third type of the plates, when the third type of the plate have boundaries where there is neither subduction nor any collision. यहाँ पे subduction भी नहीं होता है और collision भी नहीं होता है. Only the joining plates are just slide ahead in their own directions. Okay, so in the figure you can see these two plates. here no any subduction is over here, or the collision is also absent over here, but these two plates are just slides ahead in their own direction along the boundary regions in the horizontal direction, and these are called as an transform boundary. Okay, the best example of this is the San Andreas fault zone. Okay, here is the figure which is showing the San Andreas fault zone. It is in the California. Okay, and it is considered as a classic example of the transform fault recorded on the land surface. And this fault connects the East Pacific rise in the south and the Explorer Ridge in the north. Both are the divergent boundaries. Okay, the San Andreas fault. This fault here in the figure you can see this San Andreas fault is connects the East Pacific rise in the south and the Explorer Ridge on the north. Okay, this is the both are the divergent boundaries. Both are divergent boundaries. This is the third boundary. Uh, okay, so in the figure you can see the figure showing the San Andreas fault zone. Here also you can see the San Andreas fault zone. Okay, so hope you understand what is meant by the plate tectonics. Okay, and the the movement of this plate tectonics. Okay, thank you.